Today is November 21st, 2014. That means November's 3 weeks old today. Congratulations. Hello, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Bess. Good morning. Thank you for being with us again this Friday morning.
It is a Friday morning.
Yes, it is.
Oh boy, the week is just
They always do.
Yeah, they always do.
I mean, next week is Thanksgiving.
You're kidding. It
Isn't
is,
that amazing?
isn't it?
It is.
I can't keep up. It's just moving on quickly. Well, I hope you're ready for Thanksgiving. And a quick reminder, if you're traveling anywhere, whether it's across the county or across the country, make sure you have a plan. Don't just get in the car and go. Have a plan. Make your stops at certain places. Make sure that you have your phones all charged up and that your vehicle is ready and properly maintained.
This is one of the busiest travel times of the year.
It is.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
And then there's that Friday, that Black Friday that everybody just goes, what? Over.
The day after Thanksgiving.
Yes,
oh, yes,
indeed. Well, it's the 21th of the month, and today is Beaujolais Nouveau. And what that means, I have no idea. What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, it sounds good, doesn't it? Beaujolais Nouveau. Today is also World Hello Day. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Today is also World Television Day, so hello.
Enjoy.
Hello, enjoy. All right, the 21st of the month.
All right, so that means today
Yes.
the Merry Market is happening, which is a Christmas bazaar with over 40 vendors. Great gift ideas for the holiday season. That is taking place at First Presbyterian Church right there at 1101 East Ash Street.
Wow.
These vendors are 40 vendors coming from all over Wayne County. They're providing handmade items for your Christmas holiday season.
Wow.
It's open from 10 this morning until 6. It's all the proceeds go to mission work over in Africa.
Wonderful.
All right.
Very
what
nice.
else is happening?
Today, this morning at 10:30, the
Oh, yes.
origami class gets underway at the Senior Center.
And next Tuesday night is the big official annual lighting up of downtown.
Oh, that's Tuesday.
That's next Tuesday
Oh,
night
boy.
at 5 o'clock. Join us right there in front of City Hall. Lots of festivities. Starts at 5. There'll be entertainment on the steps of City Hall.
Yeah.
There'll be cocoa and all kinds of things that you can do. Your children can make reindeer food. There might be a little secret. We may have some snow this year. We've had a
You
little
said that.
conversation with Mother Nature.
I guess
You never know.
you must have connections.
You never know. But
Yeah, I
there's going
never
to be
know.
some snow. And then at 5:30 on the dot, the mayor
Yeah.
will flip the switch and the lights on downtown will happen. The water tower, the magnolia tree right there in the roundabout on Ash Street. Lights all downtown will be turned on at 5:30. Then activities will continue. And then don't forget, if you've got tickets at 8 o'clock, you can go down to the Paramount Theater and see the North Carolina Symphony Holiday Pops. It's
Wow.
a great, great event.
That is a great event. And you know, I have heard that the North Carolina Symphony, which is one of the fantastic programs available through the state, they love to come to Goldsboro
Yes, they
because
do.
they love the Paramount Theater.
The acoustics are fantastic.
They
The people
are.
are great to work with.
Yeah.
And there'll also be free trolley rides that night, horse-drawn trolley rides around downtown. We'll have 2 different trolleys that'll be all around downtown. They're covered, so in case it's were to have some kind of weather, bad weather, you'll be safe. They'll be meeting up at the corner of Mulberry and John Street. It's an old gas
I
station.
don't think you said we have two trolleys this year.
It's the first time.
Oh, that's great.
they'll
Mulberry
run all
and
the way-
John. That used to be.
It was some kind of pure
It was
gas
a pure
station.
gas station that once right across from the Jeffries building.
That's exactly right.
And
That's
which
where
is-
the trolley will meet. It's a little bit different
Okay.
location this year because of the construction.
Okay, boy,
That's right, next
sounds like-
Tuesday.
that sounds like fun. Okay,
Oh,
we have.
tonight is that community campfire.
Is that tonight?
That is tonight. It's
Oh,
a community
okay.
campfire from 8 to 9 at Fairview Park. Everyone's invited to come sit around a campfire. Let's make some s'mores, sing some songs, and just have a good old traditional night around the fire.
That does sound like a lot of fun. Okay, at the Senior Center, they're going to have a Christmas Bazaar fundraiser. That will be on December 6th, beginning at 9, going till noon. For $10, you can rent a table and sell all your arts and crafts at the Senior Center. Sell your
right.
baked goods, sell your collectibles. Space is limited. They recommend that you get your registrations in right away. Call Sandra or Celeste. 919-1591, area code 919-731. I left out some numbers here. 919-731-1591 during night and weekend hours. That's the fundraiser, the Christmas Bazaar fundraiser.
For the senior center.
Yeah, for the senior center.
There we go.
Well, I just zoned out there all of a sudden. I don't know why.
Well, stay with us, Wayne. I believe it's time to hit on to our interviews.
We're going to our interviews. Today we're with Stephen Stroud. Steve is the director of the inspections department of the County of Wayne. How you doing?
Doing good, Wayne. How are you?
I'm glad you're here, man. Good to see you.
You too.
Now, inspections, what does that mean? What do you inspect?
We are inspecting any new building, plumbing, electrical, mechanical type work, heating and air conditioning. Anytime anybody builds onto their house, new houses, commercial work, we go out there and make sure everything's done correctly.
Any kind of new construction, additions, from the ground up or for additions, you
Ground
have
up.
to inspect it.
That's right.
You inspect it, and if it passes inspection, it passes muster, then they get a permit, or they get to do it.
Get your permit first.
Get the permit first, and then they get to finish it
That's right.
after you inspect it.
That's right.
All right. What would, say, a new construction residential, what would cause a failure to pass inspection?
Could be a number of things. The footing, foundation not being correct, not the footing not being the correct depth or thickness,
Right.
Width, floor joist not being correct, overspan for the size of floor joist. Same thing with ceiling
has to
joist
be
and
within
rafters.
certain tolerance, a certain width, span apart.
That's right. You can't
joists have to be
overspan
apart.
like a 2x6. You can't overspan it. You'd have to go up to a 2x8 or a 2x10 if you were going past the span.
Okay.
And we try to make sure that we want a little set of plans for an addition. Even an addition, we would like to see a set of plans showing what the people are going to do. That way, if there is something incorrect, if they're trying to use 2x6s, stretching them out too far, we catch it in the office first, so they don't get out there and start building on something, and we go out there and say, oh, that's not going to work. Then you've got to tear it back out and start over again.
Now, why do you do that? What's the purpose of all that? Why do you tell people that it has to be a certain way, otherwise they can't do it?
Well, we want to make sure that their house is safe and sound. Of course, we're following the North Carolina Building Code as well.
Safe and sound means that if the too big a span between the joists, that somebody could end up falling through there eventually, or
Oh, eventually, yes.
it's just unsafe, or you don't want
Before
anything
it starts sagging. That's right.
Yeah, so there's certain standards, and those standards are in place for a reason.
That's right.
Safety.
That's right.
And that's to do with, of course, new housing or addition. Somebody wants to add on a bedroom or a back porch. What about decks?
Yes, we inspect decks, porches, covered porches, and if somebody builds onto that, we would like to inspect those as well.
All right, now if the deck is built by the homeowner, is there any difference there?
Still got to have a permit.
Homeowner, or they hire a contractor?
Still supposed to have a permit.
Permit. Is there a point in size where a permit is not needed?
If you were going to, let's say somebody wanted to build a detached garage or detached little storage building in their backyard.
Yeah.
If it's over a 12-foot dimension, width or length, then you're required to have a permit. If it's a 12 by 12 or smaller, then you don't have to worry about a permit.
Right, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Anything over that dimension, you're supposed to get a permit, and we're supposed to inspect it, make sure it's right. And little storage buildings, we'd like to see them tied down, so in case of high winds, it doesn't pick it up and roll it in your neighbor's yard.
I had an 8x8 to blow away one time, man, and it was horrible. It ended up in my neighbor's house, so and that was not good. But 12 by 12 or smaller, no permit is needed, but you still should follow certain guidelines for safety reasons.
Right. Yeah. If people call up and ask us about, well, I'm going to put a 10 by 10 building in my backyard, do I need a permit? We'll say, no, you're not required by law to have a permit for that, but please make sure you tie it down somehow with mobile home anchors or something to keep the wind from picking it up and blowing it away.
I know you guys are busy, but if somebody called and said, look, I've got a little 8x8 or 8 by 10 building here, and I know I don't need a permit, but could you come out and take a look at it?
Oh, yeah, we
could
still
you do
that.
that?
We would,
still
yeah,
do that.
We'll do that.
All right, so there you go.
Yep, we'll still do that.
All right, so if they wanted to do that, how would they get up with you?
It's called the Wayne County Inspection Department.
Wayne County Inspection Department. It's in the phone book under County of Wayne or Wayne County, and follow the menu down, or you can go online to waynegov.com.
That's correct.
And on the menu, look for Inspections Department. You'll see a picture of Steve.
Yeah.
All right. And the phone number.
That's right.
All right, great. What about in commercial work? How are we doing there? Are we busy?
Yes, things have picked up pretty good with the commercial side of things, especially here in the last several months. We've got 2 new schools going, Grantham Middle School and Spring Creek Middle School.
Yes.
And
boy, we're excited about that too.
Yeah, I think, especially I think the one at Grantham, that's been a long time coming, and they're finally getting a new school. They've been needing one for quite a while.
Yes,
and they're gonna be happy with it when we get through.
Oh, I'm sure. With the 2 schools, in fact, we were able to save some money there with both schools at the same time.
Right.
So we got Grantham going, and they're working like everything out there. I remember when we did the groundbreaking. It was the next 2 or 3 days, and they were out there. They had all the machinery going. They were clearing land and going at it. And the same thing with Spring Creek. Man, that Spring Creek school is going to be a big one too.
Yeah, they're both about the same size, almost identical in footprint.
Okay.
The Spring Creek school's a little farther ahead, I think, than Grantham is, because I think when they got started, we had some wet weather, which slowed down the Grantham side of it. So, but Spring Creek's a little more sandy soil over there, so the rain didn't affect them as bad as it did Grantham. But Grantham's catching it.
And anybody going down Highway 111, it's that school is being built, and you can't miss it. It's between Spring Creek High School and the park, Cliffs of the News Park there. Can't miss it there. Big area. And the same thing with Grantham, out just before you get to the caution light or the traffic light there at Grantham.
On the left.
On the left, going down Highway 13. Okay, so there's also something going on at Charles B. Aycock. What's happening out there?
We have just got through with the plans, approved those for Charles B. Aycock High School. They've got an addition there. They're going to build a large 2-story building to the right of the existing building, plus come out front and build some additions on the front of it. About a little over 31,000 square feet of additions, and then a little over 12,000 square feet of renovations within the existing building.
Good grief, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, and they're supposed to start on it next month in December. They're supposed to start and be through hopefully by the end of next year, is what they're saying.
Wow. So. All right. Oh man, that's great. Okay. Recently, I visited the groundbreaking ceremony of the State Veterans Cemetery. Now, does the county, other than having owned the property and giving it to the state, do we have anything at all to do with that?
No, we don't.
Okay, that's Daniels and Daniels Construction who's handling that.
Right. And
that's a state project, so we're out of the picture
there completely. State inspectors will be inspecting the work there because it is a state-owned property.
State-owned property. Right. Okay. All right. Well, so commercial is up. In Wayne County, commercial?
Yeah, commercial stuff is picking up quite a bit, and I think we'll probably just continue to see increases in that as we get the new bypass put in, the new exchanges that are coming across. I think we'll start seeing some things popping up here and there.
Some growth along the bypass there, yeah. How does that work? Do we have to, does the state give us somebody who owns property there, they start building, they come to you and they say, I want to put up a convenience store, I want to put up a housing development, they come to you and they say this, and what do you tell them? Right,
yeah, they would go with the planning department first to make sure it's zoned correctly, that they can put whatever they're wanting to put there.
We're talking to Connie Price.
Connie Price with the planning department.
Right.
Once they're through with that, then they'll talk with environmental health about a septic system, or if there's sewer nearby, are they going to tie into the sewer system with the the waste? And once all those 2 are taken care of, then they'll come to us with the building plans and they'll get approval for that to start the building.
I know part of the bypass has been completed out there. It was last year, I guess, or year before when it opened up, and it was designated Highway 44 out there. Just between us, nobody's watching. Is there anybody interested in doing anything out there? Do we have anybody who's
I've heard some rumors.
Have you?
Heard some rumors, yes.
Okay. Some rumors about something going on. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so look for possibly, and it's only a rumor, new growth out along Highway 44.
That's right. And I think we're going to see somewhere we've got the interchanges where the bypass is going. I think we'll probably see some of those interchanges as well.
Where the new bypass is going to be.
Right.
I was talking about the new 70 bypass that will actually become 70 bypass and tie into what's now 44. That may change. Probably will.
Yeah.
So there's already interest in putting new business out there.
Right.
That's a positive. That's a plus.
Oh yeah.
That's right. That helps our tax base here in Wayne County and keeps us rocking.
That's right.
All right, but now, and we had touched on the residential building here a few minutes ago. How are we doing there? Is that up or down? Or
We're doing good. Of course, we are doing better than we did several years ago when we had the housing boom dropped.
Yeah.
We're still doing well. We're not maybe doing as good as we were, say, a year ago this time, but it's still pretty steady. And I think we've got about 3 or 4 new subdivisions that are in the works that are going to be starting. So hopefully it will continue to grow as far as the residential side too.
So how many inspectors do you have in your office?
We have 5, including myself.
And you guys really stay busy.
Yes, we're staying really busy here now.
And with all the new potential commercial growth that's going to be coming our way and the increase in residential growth, you're really going to be hopping here.
Yeah, we hope so.
All right, hope so. And you inspect the property, you inspect electrical, you inspect
plumbing, heating and air conditioning, gas lines.
And that's as it's progressing through the project.
That's correct.
Whether it's residential or commercial.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, our commercial stuff as far as the schools, there's one of us out at each school almost every day now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They're hopping.
Oh, man. Well, that's great. Well, it keeps you guys out of trouble.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully.
Okay, I'm just kidding, Steve. Steve is a good guy. I've known you quite a while now, and you're doing a great job. And I appreciate you being with us today.
Yes,
Stephen Stroud is the director of our inspections department here for the county of Wayne. Doing a fine job. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Today we are in the beautiful Steele Memorial Library in Mount Olive, and since we're in the library, I'm just going to kind of whisper here. We're here with Director Donna Phillips. How you doing?
Hi.
This is my first time here, and I am so overwhelmed. It's just a beautiful building.
Isn't it beautiful, Wayne? Yeah. I tell you, the staff of the library are most appreciative for this facility, but especially the citizens of Mount Olive and all of southern Wayne County. We are just delighted with this library.
This is a library that was in the makings for quite some time. There was so much planning, so much direction, some changes. We went through a lot to get to this point. It certainly paid off, the hard work. Briefly go through the steps of what happened. There was the commissioners were addressed the need for the library, understanding that Steele Memorial, as we knew it, the former building was in need of expansion. How did all this come about?
Actually, Wayne, we have to go back and give credit where credit's due to the former library director, Jane Rustin, who had the foresight to recognize that we needed a strategic plan for library facilities. And so she wrote and received an LSTA grant, which allowed us funding to hire a consultant to come in and plan strategically for our facilities. And that took place probably about 7 or 8 years ago now.
Right.
And so in that facility study plan, it was recognized that what we needed in our community because of growth was a regional approach to public libraries. We had the full-service library in Goldsboro, but here down in Mount Olive, and also up on the northern end of Wayne County, as you know, we just had small branch libraries that are really book depositories more so than full-service libraries. And so that plan called for full-service libraries on both the northern and the southern end of Wayne County. And what happened is the citizens of Wayne County got wind of this. And actually, I think in talking with Jane, I recall that she said it was the Friends of the Library who first brought to her attention the fact that this former Belk building that we're standing in now was going to become available, and that this might be a building that could be retrofitted or renovated for a public library. And so we have to give credit to the Friends of the Library for having a good eye and for watching out for helping to plant the seed for this dream to come true. And so many years, we'll fast forward, and now we have the citizens were told that if they could raise a certain amount of money, then, and it was over $300,000.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
That would let us know that they were sincere about their desire for a public library here in Mount Olive. And I have to tell you, in short order, that came to pass. So Lynn Williams, who is a member of the Library Board of Trustees and longtime member of Friends of the Library, got to work. Lynn was named as the chair of that fundraising committee. And honest to goodness, it was just a very quick turnaround that the citizens came forward and raised that money. That money allowed us to go out and hire an architect to do a design for the building, and that's where it all started. And then time forward again, and there were some modifications that needed to be made to the plan so that it was more realistic in what we could afford to build. And so that happened. The seated Board of Commissioners now got on board with this project, and what you see is a result of many people's hard work and dedication.
I think the citizens of Mount Olive, and in fact all of Wayne County, were amazed at the speed with which the citizens of this area collected that money and made this happen. It was the money was the goal was reached in such a short amount of time. I think it just surprised everyone.
It really did, and actually, with most capital campaigns. Pledges are hard to come by, but it is almost unheard of that you have 100% of the folks that pledge money come through, and that is what happened here. 100% of the people who pledged money for this library came through and made good on that commitment, and that's why we're standing here today in this beautiful facility.
It is a beautiful facility. I tell you, just looking around, everything is so current, everything is sparkling, everything, and you have so many things here.
We do. We have print resources, which we will always have in the library.
Right.
But today, while you're here, we had a presentation with our commissioners, and they learned about some of the electronic resources. Libraries are like any other business. If we're going to stay relevant, we have to stay current with the changes. Used to, it was that people always came to information, and now with all the electronic devices that we all have beeping and buzzing on us at all times, public libraries, citizens expect the library to come to them. So we do deliver services in the library, and we always will, but we also recognize that folks expect library service 24/7, and because of our electronic resources, we can deliver on that promise.
You can deliver right to their own device within their own home.
That is correct, and that happens because of the dedicated staff in this library. I cannot say enough about the quality of employees that we have here in Wayne County Public Library System. Our staff are very dedicated employees, and they work vigilantly to stay up to date on all the trends in libraries and make sure that the citizens have all the information they need when they need it.
I won't even go into the staff, because your staff is amazing and always surprising with everything that they're constantly coming up with new ways to do things. The electronics that you are talking about, electronic sources you're talking about, is that changes almost daily.
It does.
And your staff keeps up with all that. So anyone in Wayne County who has a device at home and are using that as an excuse not to be able to get information, well, sorry, that doesn't work, because it's so available to you.
And it is a little overwhelming for citizens who are a little older, like myself. It's a lot of information coming quickly.
Oh, yes.
And so one of the services that we do offer at the library, which the commissioners heard about today, is Book a Librarian. So if you need more information about how you can access these electronic resources, we invite you to call the library, any one of our library locations, and set up an appointment where you can have one-on-one dedicated time with your own personal library who will help you learn how to use those resources.
You know, I also see a classroom here set up back here in the back. That's for computer.
Yes, absolutely. This is a computer lab that we're delighted to have in this library. We have a smaller version of this in the Goldsboro Library. But in addition to folks just coming into the library and using the lab for job searches, working on online degrees, just searching for information, we have computer classes that we have started having at the library. And because of this beautiful facility, we're able to have those on a more regular basis. So if you're a novice computer user, or if you're someone who's been using computer technology for a while but you want to become more abreast on some newer versions of things, we invite you to come out.
And what do you charge for that sort of thing?
There is absolutely no cost to you.
What? Really?
Your tax dollars pay for your public library. And so with a library card, which, by the way, your first one is absolutely free, you can have all of these resources at your fingertips.
That's just amazing. In fact, I think just about everything is free here, isn't it?
It is.
Just about everything.
We pride ourselves on not charging citizens to use the public library because we want to not create barriers for people to information. And so we know if you have to pay for information, then that allows some people to have access to information while other people would be left behind. So it's one of our core values to make sure that everything in the public library is free and open access access for all citizens.
You know, Donna, you had mentioned a little while ago that the commissioners were here earlier and heard presentations by some of the staff members. One of those staff members mentioned that many people will come to the library with help in looking for employment.
That's right. That happens certainly on a weekly basis. Sometimes it feels like daily basis. Most jobs now you do have to apply for online. Actually, you have to start before that by searching for jobs that are open online. And many employers now are actually sending people to the public library for assistance in working on resumes, maybe strengthening their resume, and then actually applying and submitting those applications online.
Wow, there's just so many things offered here at the Steele Memorial Library in Mount Olive, and we've been talking with Wayne County Library Director Donna Phillips, and I thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you, Wayne.
And we are back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thank you for being with us. We're on here every day at 7 a.m., Monday through Friday. And we're also, the program repeats at noon. The program then repeats at 5:30 p.m.
That's right. And Wgtv is a collaboration between the City of Goldsboro and the County of Wayne. That's exactly right. I want to say thank you so much for your continued support.
Yes, indeed. You know what? I'm all the time hearing from people that say, you know, I watch you guys on TV. And thank you very much for that. We appreciate that very much.
That's right. We've got a couple big things coming up the very first weekend in December.
Yes.
Mark your calendars.
Mark your calendars.
What you got there?
And if you don't have a calendar, go get one.
Or put it in your phone calendar. That's what many of us do these days.
Oh, well, see, I don't have a smartphone. So I've got
to catch up.
I know.
Got to catch up with the time.
I know.
So
anyway.
What's happening?
December 5th. December 5th.
Friday night.
Flotilla and Christmas tree lighting underway at Cliffs of the New State Park. And they do this every year. And if you have not been to it,
pretty.
It is fantastic. Cliffs of the New State Park. You take Highway 111 south and go down a few miles, and it's right there. You can't miss it. Turn at the sign. The jolly old elf himself, St. Nicholas, will be coming to the Cliffs of the New State Park, celebrate his arrival. They'll be kicking off the holiday season with the flotilla, which if you haven't seen the flotilla, that is absolutely beautiful.
Right on there on the news.
Christmas tree lighting on the lake. Anyone is welcome to decorate and paddle a boat in the flotilla. It's on the news, as you say. All you need to do is call the park office in advance, of course, to sign up. That number is 778-6234, 778-6234. They'll also be showing Christmas movie classics right there at the lake. They've got a little screen set up. Refreshments and pizza and drinks all available for purchase at the concession stand. Call Autumn at 778-6234. She's one of the park rangers there, 778-6234. And that's the flotilla and the Christmas tree lighting all underway December 5th from 6 until 9 p.m. at the Cliffs of the New State Park.
That's Friday night. The very next morning is the City of Goldsboro's Goldsboro Christmas Parade. So you have that Friday night, and then Saturday, the very next day at 4 p.m., we have the Goldsboro Christmas Parade. If you would like to participate in the Goldsboro Christmas Parade on December the 6th, you can sign up and register two different ways. You can go to the City of Goldsboro's website, which is goldsboronc.gov. Right on the home page, you'll see a link to the Goldsboro Christmas Parade. Click on that, and it'll take you straight to the application. You can fill that out and get your lineup information. You can also sign up on the County Chamber of Commerce's website, which is waynecountychamber.com. Right on their homepage also is a way to fill out the application. That's Saturday, December the 6th, 4 o'clock p.m. How about that? That's a Friday and Saturday. Two different Christmas things happening back to back.
That's exactly right. The flotilla, the Christmas tree, and all that things going on at the movie.
I believe the Mount Olive Christmas Parade is that same morning at 10 o'clock.
It often is.
And I think Fremont has one that afternoon at 2.
It often is the same day. So there you go. So the
morning of, a day of.
The day of Christmas Parade.
So 10 o'clock, Mount Olive Christmas Parade. 2 o'clock, Fremont Christmas Parade. 4 o'clock, Goldsboro Christmas Parade.
Wow.
A day of parades.
I'm telling you, I love it. All right, today is the 21st. Tomorrow, 2 blood drives tomorrow, one at Dudley Christian Center beginning at 10 a.m. And Mitchell Eye Care will have a blood drive tomorrow beginning at 9 a.m. Mitchell Eye Care, that's on Spence Avenue, I believe, at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then on the 25th, which is, I believe Tuesday, there'll be a blood drive in Mount Olive at Carver Elementary School in Mount Olive. at 2 p.m. and a blood drive at Southern Wayne High School next Tuesday,
There you go.
beginning at 8:30 in the morning. That's the 25th. That's Tuesday. That's when a lot of this stuff is going on.
That's exactly right. That's my old alma mater.
That's yeah. You're a Southern Wayne.
That's right.
Right. There you go. 8:30 in the morning. All right, and then the next day at Sam's Club, and then a few days later at Deacon Jones Ford Lincoln. All right?
That's right.
All
Don't forget this Saturday night, Jimmy Fortune in concert at the Paramount Theater. Get your tickets now. Don't want to wait till the last minute.
He does a great program, and I hope you're able to attend that.
That's
He's just a fantastic guy. And his wife travels with him, and she's just a wonderful person as well.
Of course, former Statler Brothers.
Yes. Yes.
I believe it's time to head on out.
It
Mr. Allen.
is. This will heretofore be known as a former program. Because
Yes.
we got to go, we got to get out of here, we got to make room.
Have a great weekend.
That's right, make room for whatever's next, and do have a great weekend. We'll be back in here Monday morning at this time, so join us then here on Wayne Goldsboro Television, WGTV Today, and until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.